Ladies and gentlemen, hell has officially frozen over, pigs are flying, and Harry Kane has won a major trophy. Yes, football fans, Kane has finally ended the drought. After 31 long, barren, emotionally exhausting years, the man who's been allergic to silverware just won the Bundesliga, while suspended. Of course, Bayern Munich lifted the trophy. Leverkusen fumbled it, and Kane, he was in the stands sipping beer and singing Sweet Carolines like a man who just found out Santa is real. 1. The Bundesliga title. Won by not playing. So how did this miracle happen? Did Kane score a hat-trick in the title-deciding game? Lead the team to glory with a captain's performance? Nope, he was suspended, and Bayern drew 3-3. The real win came 24 hours later when Bayer Leverkusen forgot how to hold a lead against Freiburg. In true Bundesliga fashion, the title race was settled not on the pitch, but in the group chat. Harry Kane winning his first major trophy while not playing is the most Harry Kane thing ever. If this were a Netflix drama, he'd be the main character who skips the climax and still gets the girl. It's like training for a marathon your whole life, pulling a hamstring at the start line and still getting a gold medal because everyone else tripped. Kane's title moment looked like a deleted scene from The Hangover Munich edition. Shirt slightly unbuttoned, singing Queen at a bar holding a pint like it's the World Cup. At this rate, Kane might win the Champions League next, during a rain delay. Even the Bundesliga trophy seemed confused. It was like, wait, the guy lifting me didn't even play? Meanwhile, Kane was just vibing in the stands like a man who accidentally wandered into success. Somewhere in England, Spurs fans were crying into their remote controls, wondering if all they ever needed was to get him suspended at the right time. 2. Harry Kane. The stats, the legend, the unlucky magnet. Let's be real, Kane didn't just show up and coast to a trophy. The man earned it. 24 goals in 29 games this season. Fastest to 50 Bundesliga goals, and still has better German than most tourists in Berlin. He's got 100 goal involvements at Bayern already. If Harry Kane were a Marvel character, he'd be Captain Consistency. Cursebreaker edition. Harry Kane has scored more goals in Germany than bratwurst sales during Oktoberfest. Spurs fans watching him at Bayern must feel like the ex who sees you thriving on Instagram. Oh, he can be happy. Just not with us. Kane didn't just adapt to the Bundesliga. He assimilated. He learned German. He started drinking beer like a local. If he joins a Bavarian yodeling group next, no one will bat an eye. Harry Kane is the footballing equivalent of a brilliant student stuck in a dysfunctional school. Then he transfers and starts winning spelling bees in a new language. Statistically, Kane is now one of Bayern's most productive players ever, in under 2 seasons. At this point, the man could break Gerd Müller's records while doing Duolingo lessons on the bench. If he keeps this up, Munich might name a beer after him. Kane-Weiser, brewed with goals, sweat, and 13 years of emotional baggage. 3. Spurs fans, proud, bitter, and deeply conflicted. Tottenham fans are proud, but also crying into their Europa League spreadsheets. They nurtured him, loved him, watched him score 280 goals, and now they sip watching him win trophies for someone else like divorced parents on graduation day. One Spurs fan said, "It's the history of the Harry Kane," which is either profound or a cry for help. Some fans are already photoshopping him back into a Spurs shirt for 2026. They're like, sure he left, but we have matching clauses. That means something, right? If Tottenham wins the Europa League this year, expect North London to explode from the sheer irony. Watching Kane celebrate in Munich must feel like seeing your ex propose to someone else at the same restaurant where you broke up. Tottenham's trophy cabinet remains untouched. Meanwhile, Harry is out here speedrunning Bundesliga history. Kane's win triggered a full-on identity crisis among Spurs fans. 1 minute they're tweeting, "So proud of our boy," and the next they're rage-refreshing transfer mark to check who Bayern's backup striker is. There's even a support group forming called Lads. It's just one trophy anonymous. Step 1. Admit you're not okay. 4. Rival fans. Sarcasm, salt, and slight respect. Of course, Arsenal fans didn't let the moment pass quietly. He had to leave England to win something. They chanted while polishing their community shield. Chelsea fans chuckled from a safe distance. Remember when we beat him in the 2015 League Cup? Good times. Meanwhile, Bayer Leverkusen fans are just trying to forget they were 8 points clear at one point. Rival fans were torn. On one hand, the Kane curse is dead. On the other hand, they lost a perfectly good punchline. Arsenal fans seeing Kane lift a trophy is like Batman watching Joker retire to start a smoothie business. It just doesn't feel right. Leverkusen fans downplayed the whole thing like, yeah, but it's only the Bundesliga. Bro, you were winning it 2 weeks ago. Rival fans mocking Kane for winning from the stands is rich coming from clubs who haven't seen a trophy since the iPhone 6. If Kane wins the Champions League next, expect Twitter to collapse under the weight of everyone pretending they always rated him. Even the memes turned philosophical. One Arsenal fan posted, "He left for milk and came back with trophies." Chelsea fans fired back with, "Still couldn't win one at Spurs though." And somewhere in Leverkusen, a fan was last seen staring blankly at a 2-2 scoreboard muttering, "It was supposed to be our year." Rival fans might be roasting, but deep down they're terrified. This is just Kane's villain origin story. 5. Neutral fans. The internet hugs Harry. Then came the neutrals. The internet's collective football antis. They were so happy for Harry Kane you'd think he just beat cancer and won Bake Off in the same week. He's football's good guy. No scandals, no tantrums, just goals, hard work, and the occasional cringy commercial. One neutral fan posted, "I don't even like Bayern, but I'm crying right now. Congrats, Harold." Another wrote, "He's been through so much injuries. Finals. Tottenham. Give him the Nobel Peace Prize." People were more emotional about Kane lifting the Bundesliga than their own graduations. Kane's celebration posts were wholesome chaos. "We are the champions and what a feeling." It's giving dad energy, but in the best way possible. Even Germans who hate Bayern were like, "Ja." But for Kane, okay. If football had an Oscars, Harry Kane just won Best Redemption Arc. Neutrals treated Kane's win like a global holiday. Twitter turned into a digital hug circle. One fan literally wrote, "Harry Kane finally got his trophy. Cancel work tomorrow." Another posted a candlelit vigil photo captioned, "For the years he suffered." Honestly, the energy was less football titles and more, "We're so proud of our golden retriever finally learning to swim." 6. The trophy cabinet. Finally open for business. Now that the curse is lifted, what's next? Champions League? Club World Cup? A sudden call from Tom Holland asking Kane to be in the next Spider-Man movie. He's already talking about trophy number 2, which is either confidence or trauma from 13 years of chasing ghosts in North London. Harry Kane with 1 trophy is dangerous. Harry Kane with momentum? That's terrifying. If he wins the Champions League, Daniel Levy might start a GoFundMe to buy him back. Somewhere, Mauricio Pochettino just smiled, softly whispered finally, and went back to losing FA Cup semifinals. Kane's next goal is clear: more trophies, less trauma. Ideally while actually playing in the deciding match this time. At this rate he might end his career with a Ballon d'Or, a Champions League, and a Netflix documentary called From N17 to Germany, The Kane Awakens. His trophy cabinet has been empty so long it had cobwebs, dust, and probably a handwritten note from 2017 that said "someday." Now it's finally open for business, and Kane's treating it like a Costco run. 1 down, 10 to go. If he adds a DFB Pokal next, Tottenham fans may need group therapy, or at least a very strong drink. Closing thoughts. The redemption of Harry Kane. So here we are. Harry Kane, once mocked for being football's unluckiest superstar, now a Bundesliga champion, while grounded. Whether you're a Spurs fan, a Bayern fan, or just a lover of poetic justice, you've got to admit that trophy looks good on him. So hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and tell us, will Kane finally win the Champions League next, or will he add another medal from the bench? Until next time, football fans, keep the banter flowing. And remember, if you ever feel like your hard work isn't paying off, just know Harry Kane waited 13 years, got suspended, and still won his first trophy. Timing is everything.